y'all, and welcome back to my channel. If you couldn't tell, I am in a different spot today. I'm actually on a different part of my room by this bookshelf right here. So yeah, let me know what you think of this location. So today I am filming a cool video that I promised you in my last video, my what I got for Christmas haul, and I'm doing a review and a demo on my new flat iron. I'm holding it backwards, my new flat iron. So I'm just going to jump right in. This is the Vibrastrait Oscillating Iron by Brocato. This is what the box looks like, and this is what the iron looks like, but I'll pull this back out in a second. Like I said, I got this as a Christmas present. I actually got it from my aunt, so thank you again, Tia. So you can buy this iron at Ulta or Brocato's website, which I will link both of them below, but at Ulta it retails for $159.95. So I will just read you basically what's on the back of the box, what the flat iron claims to do, and then I'll go down and break it up and show you the flat iron itself and everything like that. So this reads, Vibrastrait. Its unique combination of heat and vibration means hair glides effortlessly between the plates for smoother, straighter locks. The new oscillating movement removes kinks and creases, while tourmaline ceramic plates seal in moisture and keep hair silky smooth for days. With no pulling or tugging, hair damage is virtually non-existent. Variable temperature settings can be adjusted for fragile to thick, coarse hair. Rapid heat up, the industry's fastest recovery time, and the automatic safety shutoff feature make my new flat iron an absolute must-have. Basically, the thing that sets this flat iron apart, in my opinion, is that it is oscillating, and when I first saw that, I was like, what the heck does that mean? But basically what it does, and I'll show you the flare, is these ceramic plates in here, these green ones, vibrate while they straighten your hair. The vibration is said to help remove kinks and creases, and I definitely agree with that. Every single time that I've used this flat iron, it has just been completely smooth and effortless to run it through my hair, which I absolutely love and enjoy doing. So now moving into the actual flat iron itself, as you can see, it is black, and I have the 1-inch version, and then the inside is these pretty green colors, so it is a pretty flat iron to look at if that's important to you. And then what I really like, and I will insert a close-up of this now, is the inside. So this is a close-up of what the flat iron looks like. As you can see right through this little acrylic plate onto what the temperature is. I'll show you that in a second. And then here's just a close-up of the plates and the rest of the flat iron and its clamp and everything like that. So to turn this flat iron on, you're going to press and hold on the little center on-off button, and then you can use the up and down arrows to control how hot you want it to get. And then what I really love is that it shows you exactly what temperature it's at, so you can see how it's heating up. Almost like an oven, it shows you exactly where it's at. If you want to turn the vibrations off, you can just tap the on-off button one time and the vibrations will turn off. So right now I haven't tapped it, so it is vibrating like usual, but if I tapped it once, then it will not vibrate like I showed here. And then to turn it off, you just hold that down again. Claims is that it will keep your hair silky smooth for days, and I pretty much agree with that. I do every morning, even if I straighten my hair like the day before and I'm on second or third day hair, I always run through it a little bit in the mornings just to touch up any parts that from sleeping on it, you know, it happens. But the touch-ups in the morning aren't anything too long or tedious, and there's never really, I never wake up with any huge creases or kinks or waves or anything like that. It does keep your hair really silky and smooth without getting oily at all. I really do think that your hair holds up. I would say a good 2 to 3 days with this flat iron. Next thing that it says, and I will exactly quote this, is with no pulling or tugging, hair damage is virtually non-existent. So I do agree that there is no pulling and no tugging whatsoever. It runs through so effortlessly and so nice. And saying that hair damage is non-existent, you are using a hot tool, so there is going to be a little bit of damage to your hair. If you take care of your hair and you put your flat iron on the right settings for your hair type and everything like that, you still are going to get a little bit of damage, but you're going to get the least amount of damage possible. So I don't think that it is exactly possible to have absolutely no heat damage, because you are putting 400 degrees, 390 plus degrees of heat on your hair, but I do think that this really cuts back on the amount of damage, and the damage does not show, I think is a better way to say it. So the last two claims that it makes on the back of this box is that it heats up rapidly, which I do agree with. This does heat up in, I'd say, depending on what heat you're putting it on, obviously 30 seconds to a minute, which is really nice. What I really like about this, and what I like about a couple of other flat irons that I've tried, is that it has an automatic safety shut off. So after 50 minutes, this will shut off by itself. So if you're ever ever running out the door and accidentally leave it on, this will shut off. So now moving into cons, and I really only have two things that I can say about this flat iron that I wish were a little bit different. The first being that on the side here, the plates are a little bit more exposed than I would like, which for me personally isn't a big problem because I kind of have gotten used to that, and I've been straightening my own hair since like the 4th or 5th grade. A reason why this can kind of be a problem though is if you are not too used to straightening your hair, when you get up to the roots up here, and the flat iron's off right now so I can show you, when you get up to the roots, if you're holding it too long right here and the plates are literally like directly touching your scalp, that can be very uncomfortable and even be harmful if you leave it for too long. So the only thing I would say is to be very, very careful when you're up here on your roots. I would just say to be very, very careful and try not to let this rest on top of your head or by your roots. I mean, that goes for all hot tools, but I think this especially has a little bit more on the sides. I wouldn't pass up on this flat iron just because of that. It's just something to keep in mind. And the second thing I have to say about it that I've noticed is a little weird, and I've kind of researched it a little bit and haven't really found it anywhere else, and it's really not a problem at all. I just wanted to mention it to you guys in case this happens to you. But I've noticed that while I'm straightening my hair, if I have this on 430 per se, as I'm going through it and I do a couple of strands and I look, the temperature goes down a little bit while you're straightening, and I don't know why that is. It's never anything really too important. If I set it to 430 and I go through my hair a couple of times and I look, it might be at like 426 and then it builds back up to 430, but I don't know really why it doesn't stay at a constant 430. I've looked it up and some people have said that happens to theirs too. It honestly does not affect the outcome of your hair at all. I just don't really know why it does that, and I've kind of researched it a little bit and haven't been able to find an answer. So if I do find out why it does that, then I will of course let y'all know. But those are really the only two cons that I have for this flat iron. And really they aren't that big of a deal at all. I'm going to go into a quick demo on how I use this flat iron. I'm just going to do the top layer for you real quick. I hope y'all enjoy that. I'm just going to jump right in now. Alright, so I'm just going to take about a small 1-inch section like I normally would. Then I have the iron heated up to 430, so I'm just going to start up at the base like I normally would, clamp, and then slowly move down the strand of my hair. If you can hear that vibrating. And then I normally only have to go through one pass of this iron, but just so you can hear that vibration, I'm going to go through again. Alright, so the cool thing is it only vibrates on the inside plates. It's not like the whole thing is vibrating. So you can feel a slight movement, I guess, underneath your hands, but it's not like shaking or anything crazy like that. You can really barely feel it. And this is a really nice iron. It moves so smoothly down. Let me grab another piece. Here's my second piece. It moves down super duper smoothly, like so. In my opinion, the vibration is something that you get used to super duper quickly. After you've strained about half your head, you're like, okay, this isn't that weird anymore. You basically get it the first time around, and then every time after that when you straighten your hair, you don't even notice it. And I really do think that the vibration, the oscillating part of it is really, really nice. I do think it helps keep my hair really smooth. I find that my hair stays straighter longer with it when I use this iron. And so I do actually love the vibrating on this. Like I said in the beginning, you can easily turn that off if you just press the off button one time. It doesn't turn off the iron completely, it just turns off the vibration. So, and that little bit of extra noise it's making is because it's hitting the rings on my finger. That's why it's like every now and then it'll have like a sudden like weird noise. It's just because I'm getting my rings too close to it. As you can see, it is super duper smooth and shiny. I hope you can see that shine on camera, and in person it is extremely smooth and silky. And as you can see here, not up here obviously, I haven't done any of this, but I did all of this about an hour ago, just so you could kind of see that even after an hour, I find with a lot of irons, they looks really nice for like an hour, and then it'll start to get a little bit of frizz and wave. And this underneath section of hair that I did an hour ago is still really nice looking. There's absolutely no frizz and no wave to it. So I'm just going to finish up doing my bangs and this section, and you'll kind of see how I do that. I want to add a little bit of texture and volume up top. So I'm just going to take my Style Sexy Hairspray Clay, one shine, 7 hold is like the measurements, I guess you can call it, and I'm just going to kind of spray this into my roots and give it some volume. It's still going to keep its like sleekness and shine and everything like that. I just want to give it a little bit more oomph up top, I guess you can call it. So I'm just going to kind of use my fingers to work this in like so. And this is how I get a really nice, sleek, like glamorous, I guess, straight hair. Basically it for the demo part. So overall, I obviously really love this flat iron. I definitely think it's a great investment if you're looking for a really nice flat iron. I do think that it's going to last me quite a long time. I really like the results that it gives you. I will insert some pictures and maybe like a close-up video or something at the end here so you can see a little bit better what it does all around in the back and everything like that. So yeah, bottom line is I give this a 10 out of 10 so far. I'm absolutely loving it. So that is all I have to share with you today. Let me know if you end up purchasing this, what you think about it, because I'd love to hear your opinions. And yeah, as always, remember that you're beautiful because you're made in God's image, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah! Bye.